think someone should be removed from the planning board or any other board for that matter for not attending meetings, and as I understand, that's what happened in this case. We do need to encourage, I don't know which case, there's one before that. I also encourage people to join and volunteer for these groups. I've done it. I got a lot out of it. I felt like I was helping my community, and it does take some time, but it's worth the effort. So please sign up to join some of our boards and commissions that we have here. Thank you.
I do not believe you should not reappoint a volunteer who is seeking to serve if they have served well and they want to do it. It shouldn't be a political decision. That's one of the things that's wrong here. You've got insiders, they call the shots, voices come out of the community. If they're not singing the right tune, they squash them. Whether it be stormwater or planning, it's like this thing is a little Chicago. There's an ugliness to a vindictiveness to some of the votes on this council. That's why I ask you to vote for change.
The subject here is disagreements, and none of us are going to always agree on everything. We should be able to disagree and work together. We should be able to agree to disagree. And because someone disagrees with town council is not grounds to kick them off any committee. I would question their ability if they didn't disagree with town council at some time. And when we put that fear in people that if you don't agree on everything we want to do and do things exactly the way we want them done, we're going to kick you off, they become ineffective. And they become unavailable, unwilling to make decisions that need to be made that relate to you and your betterment. So no, in answer to the question, I do not believe they should ever be kicked off any board or any council for disagreement.
No, volunteers should not be kicked off for disagreeing with each other, for disagreeing with the issues that are there. That's why you're volunteering, you're on a board, is so that you can bring your ideas to the table. Everybody's got an opinion about things, but no volunteer should be kicked off for that. Now, malfeasance of a job or being stupid or whatever maybe, but not disagreeing with the other people that are on the planning board or disagreeing with council. No, you should not be kicked off for that.
Some people do.
At least you're in a group.
Do you want to utilize street ends for public water access? If so, how? If no, why not? Richard, you want to start out?
I think that one of our great blessings is the number of access points we have to the beach and to the waterway. Access is one thing, but there's some friction as we try to develop parks at the access points. I'm not for developing parks at access points. I am for developing parks. I am for developing regional access. I serve on the ad hoc Beach and Estuary Access Committee. But we have to be mindful that the road ends are public, the waters are public, but the access to the waters can be the quality of the waters can be impacted by what goes on. So I say again, we have a great deal of quality access through the street ends, but they do not in and of themselves constitute an opportunity to build parks. Thank you.
Well,
I've said before, and I'll say it again, I think we need to maintain access to the water for not only the tourists that come here, but for the people that live here. And I think we don't have any choice in that, because I think it's a state law, if you'll go check, that the public street ends have to be maintained. They cannot be built on. They're not even supposed to be used by residents that live on either side of them for places to park their boats and their cars and their trucks. So should we enforce that? Yes, I think we should. I think we should enforce that to maintain every possible access we can to the water, whether it be on the ocean side or on the waterway side. Because folks, that's why people come here, is for the water. Thank you.
When we've attempted to use our street ends in ways that are not allowed by law, we've landed in the court system over and over and over. One of those cases is still currently before the North Carolina Supreme Court, Court of Appeals, awaiting a decision. And despite that, our council decided once again to try to develop a street end, and once again incurred a lawsuit. We really need to stop that. It is my personal preference that street ends be left in their natural vegetative state. And of course, I'm not referring to street ends that end on the ocean front. Those are, of course, open access. But the street ends that end on our waterways and Davis Canal, many of those street ends serve as natural vegetative buffers for filtering runoff rainwater and stormwater, and helps keep pollutants out of our public trust waters. We really need to leave those street ends in their natural state to the best of our ability. Certainly, we need to stay out of the court system. As a court reporter, I can assure you that is a lose-lose situation for everybody involved. Thank you.
I got to stop there. I had the pleasure on Monday this week to ride up and down Oak Island Drive and go down to some of these street ends with someone who actually lives there. We definitely need to preserve those street ends and do not build bridges over Davis Canal. I didn't know that we were trying to build one on 2nd Street Southeast that would be 2 blocks over from Middleton. And that, I believe, is what precipitated one of the lawsuits that we have now. So absolutely not. We don't need to be developing our street ends that way. Thank you.
The park mentioned a while ago that we have been in court battling for years now. The court of law set a precedent with what we can do with street ends. So now it's simply a matter of abiding by the law, and the problem should take care of itself. If you do something that's not illegal and you still have waterway access, then I can deal with that. So again, if you do something that's not illegal and provide access to the water, there is no problem. So it's just a matter of following the law.